And edged and gone. Once again, that start from Mikhail Louis, where everyone is saying he looks as if he's got the goods to handle opening up for the West Indies. He does have the goods. It's just that it's just not quite clicking early in his career. And straight after the drinks break, once again, he departs.
Is it a touch wider on reflection for him than he felt he should have played at? He nicked off twice at Lord's. Good for Chris Woakes. Louis, after spending time at the crease again, goes for 17.
McKenzie comes out to the middle. There's a quick chat to his captain. And he'll have to settle himself in very, very quickly. Yet another one of the inexperienced Test match players within this West Indian side. And every spell for Chris Woakes, you feel as if he's just finding himself more and more back into this rhythm of Test match bowling. Technique looks good for Louis. Is it a reset thing for him, Bish? After breaks, before breaks?
Could be. And he's been challenged by this sort of line. Stokes twice, I think, at Lord's in that first Test match, nicked him off. So I think there's something there to work with. There are a couple of areas he'll have to get better at. Which I think is certainly adding to his stroke play, not being reckless, but certainly finding other ways apart from the front foot drive. And he knows, because that's familiar to what happened at Lord's, that the reaction was the same at Lord's in the second innings. Leaving better on the off stump and adding a little bit incrementally to his range of stroke play to sort of put a little bit of pressure back on bowlers as opposed to allowing them to settle into that off-stump channel against him.
Yeah, that's lovely. Just a little press and the lean into the shot, head over the ball. If ever Craig Brathwaite was going to come up with a big innings of note, this would be it. I think the reactions from both England and the West Indies in that wicket was the full range of emotions too. Ecstasy from Woakes. And sheer disappointment of Louis, who once again has nicked off. can just feel a little bit more energy out in the middle from England as well. Successful over completed, 66 for 1.
Just to reflect on Louis at Lord's, that's a good delivery. That's on off stump. A little bit wider. And then today even wider. So never forgot something that former New Zealand captain Jeremy Coney discussed within earshot of me about batting. And the conversation that Jeremy Coney talked about was that in your trigger, the right eye ends up with the trigger on off stump. So you have a very good idea. If anything is outside the eye line of that right eye, then you can leave it. And that's something that Louis is going to have to look at, and Shoaib Bashir is going to be looking at wickets.
First time we'll see spin from England today. Bashir into the attack, coming in from the Radcliffe Road end. And he's got a bit of rough to work with as well now that the left-hander is out in the middle.
Oh, that's a lovely start, Bash. What a start, boy. Gotta clip that pizza.
You could see Sinclair just getting a little bit of purchase when he was bowling about an hour or so ago, and it's a couple of the areas he can hone in on.
Oh, that's a nice ball, Bash. What a start here, Bash. What a start.
And he would have gathered from his first spell of bowling in the first West Indian innings that they're not a side that uses their feet a lot to come down the wicket. He averaged about that 4.3 metre length. The edge, and Smith has done well. Always difficult. The ball was dying, and McKenzie has to go after a brilliant catch.
And Bashir will know that eyes are upon him to try to make a significant contribution in the fourth innings of a test match. It's a good catch. It's nothing shot really from McKenzie, who's had a horrid series. 1-0, 11 and 1. For a young man, he'll reflect, but it hasn't been great here in England for him. 66 for 2.
One of the stars of the West Indian first innings, Alec Athanase, comes out to the middle. 82 next to his name, a big 175-run partnership with Hodge. Can bat long periods of time, has a very good technique. He's won an early half-century. Was this test match. Just early doors in his career, but like Louis, has made people sit up and take note. Every captain loves the double wicket, that's for sure. Well, the leading edge out of reach of Bashir. Not only the players on the field, but the crowd are sensing things here.
Turn, boy. Good spin, boy. Oh, that's lovely ball.
A wicket maiden for his first over in the final innings, 66 for 2.
It's neither one thing nor the other, that dismissal, that shot from Mackenzie, but as you said, it's a good catch, it's a good start for Bashir, who's expected, as I said, to make a contribution here in the 4th innings.
Yeah, it was really a nothing kind of ball, wasn't it, as he says thanks to the crowd for the applause. He's waiting, just to see whether or not it gets past. It does, and finds its way for 4.
Drives in kind of an inimitable fashion where it's dominated a little bit by the bottom hand, and so often it looks as though it's come off the inner half of the bat. Hope Markwood hasn't hurt himself in that attempt. Got up in installments, didn't he?
Yeah. Just for all the keepers out there who are sitting there going, he's done well here, I completely agree. Started to rise, but the ball pitched and got the gloves up around bail height, so then had to make sure that he could stay down low for that inside edge. Had to readjust, got the hands in the right position. Wonderful work there from Jamie Smith. Yeah, there's going to be opportunities. You just got to be ready and willing to take them, and Brathwaite does it there.
Brathwaite to 47, got to 48 in the first innings. He's some whiff on the shot, and the shot is good, but the bowler will also be saying to himself, it's on the up, so if I get a little bit of lateral movement, maybe I can prize off the outside or inside edge.
And that's that movement that Chris Woakes is known for. Brathwaite knows it. Gone at a good clip, Brathwaite. 47 from 47, run a ball at the moment. It's not his usual way of proceeding at the opening up the batting for the West Indies. There's the edge once again. There's the catch from Smith. Woakes is making the ball talk. And after a bright start for the West Indies, England fighting back.
Very good length. And Woakes has gotten better and better throughout this series. There was a drive ball about 3 deliveries ago. The length has been pulled back. And the lateral movement, which we've seen at various times throughout this test match, on this surface is still available if you're patient enough. 47 to Brathwaite, 1 less than the first inning, 74 for 3.
With a maiden century to his name in the first innings, Kevin Hodge now finds his way out to the middle. Teaming up with a teammate that he knows so well. They played beautifully together, 175-run partnership. Very strong back foot player. He's at the non-striker's end at the moment.
Oh, that's a nice ball, Bash. Nice, Bash.
Woakes got Louis outside off, nicking off. And then gets the other opener in Brathwaite in a similar manner.
What are we doing here? It has to be in front.
Yeah, the adjustment's now happening for Bashir now that he comes over the wicket to the right-handed Hodge. They saw a lot of this matchup in that first innings. As I mentioned, a strong back foot play. I think he only came out of the wicket once in all the deliveries that he faced Bashir on.
Oh, that's a lovely ball, Bash. Beautiful Bash. Lovely Bash.
Oh, he goes back deep. He needed to get bat on that.
Beautiful, mate. Like it, Bash. Nice, Brookie.
Needs to get this line right. It's reasonably defensive in that first spell as Bashir sort of bowling that middle leg line even wider, then dragged it more to off. That struck on the pad. Everyone's up, as too is the finger of Rod Tucker. England going through the top order of the West Indies.
That propensity to play back, he did it a lot in the first innings against Bashir. And again, that's fairly full. But that is Hodges' way. 100 in the first innings, 0 in the second, 75 for 4.